Alright, as most of you know, I am going on a 3-week adventure in Asia. This isn't the first time I've done this, so I thought this time maybe I would give you some tips on what to pack. Obviously, it's such a long trip, I'm not packing light, but I do want to make sure everything I have fits in a small backpack because oftentimes I might be hopping on a bus and walking a mile or so to a hostel or whatnot, so it's all going to go in my backpack. I'm not quite sure how many liters this is. It's like a small, medium-sized bag, and I really like the ones where you can open them up from the middle, because otherwise, if you can't, you end up starting from the top and digging and pulling everything out. What also helps with that, so you don't get things everywhere, is buying little smaller bags to put your clothes in, so you don't have to dig through tons and tons of clothes. I also have a smaller one for like underwear, bras, that sort of thing. Those are kind of necessities for your trip before you go. As far as packing goes, I try to get a wide array of clothing but that all matches in some sort of way. For example, I'm bringing 6 pairs of shorts for the 18 days I'm gone. And out of those 6 pairs of shorts, all of them will either match with 2 to 3 tops. With tops, you always want to make sure you pack at least one long sleeve shirt if you're going anywhere in Asia, usually more than one because none of the temples will let you in unless you have at least your elbows covered. You also want to make sure you bring a pair of pants because you need your knees and above covered for most of the temples as well. You want to make sure that everything you pack is comfortable and something you can wear all day, and obviously that's weather appropriate. I checked the weather, and unfortunately it's supposed to rain the entire time I'm in Asia. I'm going to be in Chiang Mai, I'm going to be in Vientiane, Laos, and I'm going to also be in Indonesia. It's really important that I pack a raincoat. So raincoat's going to go in the bottom of my bag because I'm not going to need it until I get over there, hopefully. I always pack a light jacket too. It doesn't matter the temperature there. I wear it on the plane. I wear this athletic pants, athletic shoes, and just overall comfy clothes on the plane. Planes are generally cold, so I always suggest wearing a jacket, and it might come in handy if it does get cold wherever you're at. Bring plenty of shoes. I have 3 pairs of trusted sandals. These have been all over Europe and back with me, which is incredible because they're American Eagle. I also have a pair of Chacos that I love and are super comfy, and these went all over Europe with me too. I like to pack light and flowy clothes because it's easy to squish them, roll them up, and put them in your bag. For example, I'm bringing this romper. It's really light. It's not double-lined, so that's something good that I can just kind of roll up in a ball and shove in my bag. As far as undergarments go, you don't need to go crazy with bras. Bring like 3 or 4, switch them out. I bring like cute little crop tops and bralettes, and so I'll wear those as shirts with like high-waisted pants, things like that. As far as underwear goes, you don't know that you're going to be able to do laundry while you're there, and sometimes if you are, it's incredibly expensive if you do a laundry service through your hostel. So I suggest packing more than enough underwear for your trip. I'm gone 18 days. I think I packed like 21 pairs of underwear. Swimsuit wise, make sure you pack a few. I'm lucky I am meeting my mom halfway through this trip, so I'm not bringing my swimsuits and my nicer dresses and things like that to my first half of the trip because I'm going to be in the jungle, things like that. I'm not going to be by the ocean. I'm not going to be on the beach. I always suggest if you're going somewhere where you're going to have like a club setting or a nice dinner, nice restaurant, bring like a nice light flowy dress, something kind of along these lines. This is something I'm going to have my mom pack, but it's great because everything you want to pack is something you're not afraid to get wrinkly, that you can just kind of roll up and shove in a suitcase. Unfortunately, I'm not packing Dash. He can't come with me, but he really wants to come. He can fit in my backpack. Outside of clothes, you want to make sure that you pack everything you need along the lines of electronics. I bring a headlamp just in case. Yes, your phone on the flashlight on your phone's fine, but I like headlamps because I like to read at night, and so it's nice so you don't have to keep your light on in your hostel, wake anybody up. Always bring a converter. I found one that has 3 plugs to it, so I can plug in like my laptop, I can plug in my phone, I can plug in really whatever I want to it, and this one's actually good for pretty much every single country on the planet. In addition to that, external batteries are awesome to bring because you never know when your phone's going to die, especially if it's a long plane ride and your plane doesn't have USB ports. These are great to have. These are just Anchor ones I bought off Amazon. I think they were like $12, and they charge your phone like 1.5 times. I have a nice padded camera case for my camera, the one that's being used right now. I also have a waterproof case for my phone. These are awesome. I filmed tons of underwater videos with these last year. Obviously, I don't have like all the nice underwater gear I need for my camera, so this is a nice substitute for that. Make sure you bring chargers and charging cords for absolutely everything. You don't want to get over there and realize you don't have your charger for your camera or anything like that. Also, if you have like a DSLR camera or a bigger camera, these are great. So you don't have to bring a full big tripod. You can wrap it around a fence. You can set it up so it's kind of angled and tilted. These are great. As touristy as these might be, these are incredibly helpful and give you a little bit of peace of mind. They're just little safety wallets. You can wear them under your clothes. I keep my passport, money, any sort of like important documents. I keep everything in here. That way I know it's on my person. I know I don't need to go looking for it. I always have it on me when I go out from my hostel. This one, I can kind of tuck the string in the back of it. I just got this at REI. It's got a zipper in it, it's got a little Velcro thing in it, and it's got a little pocket in the back too. Some other essentials that I like to bring: protein powder. You might want to clearly label it protein, especially if it's vanilla and it looks like drugs. Another thing I'm bringing are the little hip circle bands. These are awesome if you're trying to get a little bit of a morning workout in and you don't have access to a gym. I technically am on prep this entire time I'm in Asia, so I have to make sure that I'm getting at least some sort of workout in every morning. And I tend to really like to run on vacation because I live at a really high elevation, and most of the time when I vacation, it's at sea level. I always bring a travel journal with me. So far, this has done all through Europe: Armenia, Italy, Spain, Belgium. It's done Thailand once before, it's done Bali once before. So the goal is to fill this up. Yes, keeping notes on your phone is great, but I highly suggest a travel journal for anybody who's passionate about traveling. Just date it, say where you are, what you're doing. Protein bars are great. Snacks are not always easy to get while you're traveling over there, when you're over there, so it's just convenient to bring a bunch of these. They won't hassle you about bringing protein bars anywhere. Also, another thing I really like to do, obviously with Crohn's, I take a daily medication, but I also am on prep. So I take all my multivitamins, I take B, I take iron, I take biotin, and so I just make I get the little daily pouches and I label each day, because some days I take fat burners, some days I cycle off of them, so I know which pack of pills to take which day. I also bring a lot of Tums, which come in handy for me, and ibuprofen, which I don't think anybody should travel without. Some of the essentials for packing, I'm going to show you what I pack and how I pack it. Flowy pants. Like I said, make sure it's something that you can roll up pretty easily. That way it's not going to get wrinkly. And these bags seriously are a lifesaver if you're backpacking, so it keeps your stuff all organized. I pack all my pants, my dresses, and my bottoms in general in one bag. Something with sleeves is always a good choice. And you also want to go with things that are kind of neutral in color. Whenever you're traveling out of the country, you don't want to wear like bright, neon, crazy, fun colors. I always go with just a few basic shorts. You want to bring things that are as versatile as possible. And what doesn't go with cute little ripped booty shorts. I like these cloth bags because you really can just fill them as full as you want, and those are ready to go. Tops, I try and pack like an array of tank tops, t-shirts, because you don't know if you're going to get sunburned. This is my long sleeve shirt I'm bringing. It's super, super thin, and it goes with really any of my bottoms. So I can put it in my backpack if I want and just throw it on if I'm going to go into a temple or anything like that. So it's good to have a pair of like leggings or and a longer top on you. Because I've done that at the Vatican where you've had to like borrow people's scarves and try and cover your shoulders and your legs, and that's not fun. I love just bringing basic soft tees. Really not trying to impress anyone on vacation, but I do still want to look nice because of course I'm going to take pictures and videos and share them all with you. It's better to have more of these little bags than a bunch of loose clothes, Basically, I just have my bras that I need to put in a different bag. I am going to be working out the whole time I'm there, so I just have really, really minimal. I have 2 shorts that I'm bringing and 1 workout top. So just really light on that. If I end up having to wear like a shirt that I've worn twice already to the gym and that ends it dirty, that's great. Get familiar with your bag and all of its little pockets. I have one particular pocket in my bag that's huge that I put all of my dirty clothes in. Obviously, towards the end of the trip, there's more dirties than clean, and then I start putting dirty clothes in these so they're just not lying around in my bag. You have to check your bag. Never leave anything in the pockets. They will not stay there and you will lose. Also, take advantage of whatever extra pockets you have. Always put your heaviest stuff at the bottom and your lighter stuff on top. You're allowed to bring a carry-on, which my bag's a carry-on size, and you're allowed to bring a personal item. Something that you can use as a day bag. You don't want to take that everywhere. You're going to use a lock, so always bring a lock and leave it in your hostel. Then you can take this, I can put my big camera in there, I can put like snacks, I can put protein powder, I can put a long top, I can put long pants if I end up going to a temple, because generally it's going to be warm enough you don't want those on you. Bring a little umbrella, that always comes in handy. Always bring a phone charger just in case. Any meds you need, maybe a swimsuit, it just depends on what you're doing for the day, but it's great to have a little day bag with you. And you can use it as your personal item on the plane. So you can pack both of those chock full and you'll be ready to go. Airlines obviously are going to hassle you. This is bigger than a normal bag is going to be. So make sure that you tighten everything down as tight as you can possibly get it, so it's as small and compact. And if they do for some reason end up checking it, make sure every single thing you can click is clicked shut. All the little loose ends aren't all over, because the last thing you want is to get your strap stuck somewhere and it gets ripped off, or things come open, pop open. So just lock everything down as tight as you can and then you'll be ready to go. Alright, so when you're packing for a trip like Asia, anywhere on the other side of the world, you're going to be traveling for a long time. And so I like to pack kind of some toiletries and things like that separate of the rest of my bathroom bag. That way, kind of halfway through my trip, I can like go, I can freshen up, I can feel a little bit better. So I include like a change of clothes, things like that, because I promise you will not want to kind of sit for that long without kind of freshening up a little bit. I'll show you some of the stuff that I put in my little day bag. Just like my little makeup bag that I have face wash wipes, kind of my basic makeup essentials, and toothbrush and toothpaste. And a little moisturizer. I put that all in there, and then I'm going to put that in my day bag, including like a little baby deodorant. And that's kind of separate from my bigger bag that has like more extra makeup in it, hair stuff, body wash, shampoo, razors, basically anything else I could need. But I can pack that all in my bag, and I have this easily accessible. Jewelry is really simple. I just try and pack face wash wipes, makeup, hair stuff, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, sunscreen, kind of essentials, anything like that. Having good bags like this is incredibly important for trips. This is probably one of the best purchases I've ever made. It's a big kind of like makeup bag, but it also has a hook on it. So whenever I'm in hostels, when I'm ever in hotels, I can just take it into the bathroom with me and I have absolutely everything I need and I can just hang it up. I have my little day bag packed. It's got my laptop in it. I have phone chargers, my makeup, kind of stuff to refresh. It's got a change of clothes, everything I'm gonna need for the next essentially 36 hours. Also, if you've never seen these water bottles, they're awesome. You can get them on Amazon. I use them whenever I travel. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I will do another video on how I do this all so cheap. I did my 17-day trip around Thailand from Salt Lake City to Bangkok to Chiang Mai to Vientiane, back to Bangkok, Bali, back to Bangkok, home for less than $1,300. So I'll do another video on that. But if you like, subscribe. I'll be sure to post all of my travel videos. I'm going to try and get at least one short vlog up every day while I'm gone.